welcome back to part 6 of Rise of the Lyric.
That epic theme.
Yeah, I fucking hate this track. Just because of how I've come to associate it with just moving on in this game, and like, I don't want to be playing this shit.
The lag. Oh, I missed you.
Yeah, apparently they fixed some frame rate issues in the speed sections, but I didn't notice it, you know?
It seems so awkward when they turn.
It doesn't seem to be lagging so bad at this point.
Nah, but it does get a bit rough, particularly certain sections. No?
Oh god! The very first
wonderful.
level is it was a lag where Sonic could be like 10-15 feet ahead, and you'd be running into him like like basically a clone of yourself.
I just love how the other three just sort of stopped. Just wait here.
Yeah.
The way they all turn together, that's just weird.
This is in the demo.
Oh god, that's so delayed.
I don't know, I haven't tried the demo. Like, it amazes me that they put out a demo, let's be honest. They're going to try and sell you on this game by showing you this.
I think they're just giving fair warning, really.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't want it, leave it.
Yeah. What are you saying, Jay?
To do with production and everything, I don't know if you guys have heard, but me and Hal have. Sega are relocating after they sacked 300 people, so they're moving, and they're focusing primarily on mobile games and PC games with Sonic now.
Yeah, like, this is looking really bad, the sort of financial state they're in.
Obviously, I feel sorry for the geezers that have been laid off, or like the men and women that have been laid off, but it just shows that this wouldn't happen if you put more care into your details and products.
Yeah.
Just do Sonic Generations again. Just do that. It was good.
It's kind of something that really bothers me, the fact that the way, like, Sega constantly make the same fucking mistakes over and over, and like, this isn't the first time they've been in dire straits financially, and they're not fucking learning.
And the thing is, though, they done it years ago. Remember the Sega Saturn and all that? They had trouble with that. With the E3, they didn't even show the console, did they?
I don't even know.
Yeah, when they first done it. But the thing is, though, Dreamcast, I thought that was a pretty good console, but did it show that it was going to go in the shit streak?
Well, it kind of didn't really have much to hold itself. I think, like, Sonic
in terms of games?
Yeah, you had the Sonic Adventure games.
I like the games though. I liked Space Fishing, I liked Sonic Adventure, Shenmue, which was really good.
Yeah.
But it was unfortunate that you had to buy 2 copies of the game just to support it.
Well, the things with that sort of thing is purely on the basis that they're not huge sellers. Like,
nah, but this might be just me being nostalgic and everything.
So that wasn't an actual graphical glitch, like it just flickered on screen randomly.
Was that the computer or...?
No, I'm pretty sure it's the game. I think it happened on my TV as well.
But yeah, in terms of the mobile market, I can't see Sonic really getting into it, or like Sega games in general, because you've got these freemium games, which alternative really is more of a risk in it, because you've got the Candy Crush and you've got the Hop Hop Ninja or whatever the fuck it's called. It's a big market to get in, and there's a lot of people like rivaling each other to get the best game at. So I don't think they're going to do that well in that, and I can't really see myself going out of the way to buy a Sega game on my phone.
Well, what I was actually saying this on Twitter the other day. Actually, it's like, in terms of your market, mobile games at the moment are huge.
Yeah, definitely.
But there are more
for the wrong reasons, really. I think.
Well, it's debatable, but like, the reasons why they're huge at the moment, they've got like a kind of casual following, and the thing is, a casual market are very fluid. Like, a lot of the mobile games market of today were like the Wii Sports market of a few years ago, who in terms were like the brain training market before that, and that's not going to last forever. Like, say,
it's more of a fad, if anything, with these casual gamers, because they just move on to the next thing as it goes. Yeah. And not only that, it's just a shame that games in general are taking a more casual approach with charging with DLC and all that, and making things more easier for people.
Well, I don't really think the difficulty in the DLC strategies kind of correlate.
Not necessarily with the DLC, but I mean like less difficulty, and just like everything's just down for you, and like if you want to win at this game, you've got to pay.
Oh yeah, I fucking hate this whole pay to win thing. The fact that like you've got this unbalanced game where people who buy extra like microtransactions and shit can have an advantage.
It's not necessarily getting that bad, but I think some of the companies have just lost their heart, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of disposable thing. A lot of microtransaction stuff like it's something that bugged me. I think it was one of the kind of major racing games. I forget which one, where it got to a point where you could either unlock different cars or you could just pay to kind of have everything unlocked.
That's more likely Forza or something like that.
But what that shows to me is that you can either grind to unlock this stuff, or you can pay to avoid grinding, and all that does is that shows that the main game is a grind.
Exactly.
Chris, because you play a lot of them sort of racing games, don't you? What ones are like worse for that? You know.
Well, I don't really play much racing game. I only really play Forza, to be honest.
Oh, right.
But I mean, like, there's like kind of there's loads of apps like that in there, like on the phones especially, which is just they're all grinds, like The Simpsons building your town one, and you know, like some of the racing, like real racing and all that is. I think you got to pay in that one and stuff, but it's annoying, isn't it? All
it's a mess.
Transaction. That's the market Sonic will get into now, basically, with like Sonic Dash and all that.
Yeah, I don't like this kind of thing just in general. It kind of, you're not necessarily buying a complete product, and even like major console and PC games that have DLC later, at least when you buy a game you've got an experience in itself. You kind of, there's no pressure to buy anything more if you don't want. But I could ramble on about this for hours, so I'll probably move on.
I'm just imagining a Sonic game where it's pay 20 quid for Sonic to actually go fast.
Obligatory boss cutscene.
What's that?
Is this a boss?
It's
not really a
mini
boss.
Mini boss, yeah. You just got to throw the enemies into the thing there, and it's
when it sucks up and destroys it.
Pretty much, yeah.
It looks like a whisk.
It's not even a boss because it doesn't fight back.
No, well, if you're an idiot, you can walk into it. But like the first time I played this, I didn't clock on that you meant to throw the enemies at it, so I was just sort of fighting all the enemies, assuming they would sort of run out after a while.
You know the Dorkly animation where it's got Tails can't die? That's what this game is. None of them can die anymore. They're in an eternal hell.
No Knuckles.
I heard it. Nah, you have too much dirt in your ears.
We've got this kind of thing going on here about both Knuckles and Sonic want credit, and that they kind of play on that a little bit, but it kind of gets forgotten about until the end, really.
Yeah, I think I've seen the ending of that. But yeah, in terms of characters, I think you can't really say much about their personalities, but I think Styx the Badger is more noticeable than the others, you know.
I like Styx.
Yeah, she actually is cool.
I don't care about Styx.
She's more noticeable than like just, oh, I love Sonic, but I don't want to show that I do. Like passive aggressive.
The cartoon is sort of trying to do the whole sonomy thing.
Yeah, which I can kind of look past. But the thing with Styx is just, she's such a wacky character, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh look, are we going to fight some more robots? I never saw that coming.
Wanna dance?
These robot sections, there's something that becomes really repetitive, and I've said that before, and I'm probably sounding repetitive for saying it, but I'm making a point.
The way they light up, they're like glow sticks.
yeah, sweet rave party, guys.
Except it's pretty dead. Like, there's only 5 people there.
It's a Sonic Boom sweet rave party where you got all the flashing lights and that, but you've also got like a really laid back music track playing.
And there's nothing going on. You just stood around thinking, are we going to do anything?
Yeah. No, every now and then, like, someone randomly falls into the floor, and that's kind of your entertainment. And you got the kind of Trackmania physics where characters can walk through each other.
And every now and then you got that one character who keeps pressing the pause button so that they can fly through the ceiling.
Yeah, Knuckles is the star of the party here, guys.
Sorry, mine.
What are you meant to do?
I was just sort of thinking, like, if there was any part of the game where it shows had they just given up completely and just thought, we don't give a crap anymore. And I guess the section with the boat is where they just sort of gave no craps anymore.
I would say it's a nice boat, except it kind of isn't. Look, isn't it great when you can hardly see what's going on the screen because it's so dark?
Yeah, it's pretty dark, isn't it?
Yeah. This is a trend you see a lot in games and like a lot of films as well, isn't it? Like where it's got this kind of cinematic dark effect, and like I kind of want to be able to see what's going on.
Yeah.
I think you struggle in Metal Gear Solid 3 because there's this part where you have to sneak around and find night vision goggles.
Oh God.
Yeah, and you fight the Pain, which is
that's good.
boss
Sorry.
of the Cobra unit, and he pretty much uses bees to attack you.
Yeah. I'm sorry. This is my favourite joke in the whole thing.
How far did you get in Metal Gear Solid Rising? Because I've completed that now.
Oh, Metal Gear Rising. I'm a little way into it. Like,
Try it. I reckon you'd be good at it. It's one of those. I'll beat it on normal difficulty, but it's one of those. Once you know what you're doing, it's a piece of piss.
I kind of see what you mean. I've seen a lot of people who get like really good at it.
Yeah.
It looks like one of them kind of games with a lot of like stylish action games where kind of once you know what you're doing, you can do impressive shit with it.
Yeah, you can breeze through it.
I kind of see that a lot with like different Devil May Cry 4 runs as well, like where they're doing like proper.
I kind of find
combos.
Devil May Cry difficult, to be honest.
In terms of gameplay, I actually prefer the kind of thing going on with the DMC remake, purely, and the reboot even, purely because I like having easy access to a roll attack, and with classic series Devil May Cry, there's this sort of awkward combo thing you got to do where you sort of, I forget what the
What I
thing
hate
is,
about... Did you play the collection? Because there was the Capcom collection, wasn't there?
the Devil May Cry HD collection. I played a bit of 3 on that, but never really kind of
Have you
finished
still
it.
got the collection?
No, I had it on mental.
Alright. I played that, but second one, I got into it, which they say is the worst out of the whole lot. Got about 4 or 5 levels into it. It was okay, wasn't that bad. Devil May Cry 1, I got lost in that fucking castle. Did you get lost?
I have got myself lost a bit. Again, it's a game that I never really put much time
So
into.
frustrating. I get chased by puppets all the time. I'm like, oh, just fuck off.
To be fair, when I was playing 3, I did sort of grind the fuck in the first level just so I can get loads of like
I
shit
didn't
early on.
play
But
3, so to be honest.
3's the one that I've heard a lot of people say is the best one out of the lot. But given I know basically fuck all about Devil May Cry, I might be
That's
pulling
when they
that out of my
introduced
house.
Virgil. It's more of a prequel to the series, if anything. But then again, the reboot's pretty much like the prequel now. But then again, that's just
It's
a reboot, isn't it? So.
Yeah, it's an alternate universe as well, so it counts for jack shit in the original series.
Are they thinking about doing a sequel to that?
Well, they've announced like this is cringe-worthy. They're doing HD remasters of HD games, but like they're doing remasters of both 4 and DMC on the Xbox and the PS4, and
Would it be a collection?
And that will be like 2 separate games. But I think what they're doing is they're kind of testing the waters to see what people want more of.
Yeah.
What was the point of that climbing wall when there was a bounce pad?
Well, got to make Knuckles feel special.
So then, yeah, from that, there could either be a Devil May Cry 5 or DMC 2.
Would imagine it'd be more classic series purely because of the reception DMC had, but
Why do people hate Dante that much? Is it the character or the game?
it's a little bit of both, I think. I think what I will say is the performance on the console versions of DMC isn't that great. Like, it's stuck at 30 for some reason, which it came out in 2013, I think, which is kind of shitty, really. Like, I'm moaning about 30 frames per second in a game when I'm playing one that averages at probably about 17, but, you know.
Yeah, but it was early 2013, they didn't have all year to sort out.
May I point out that Mega Man X runs at 60 frames per second? That game
But
came out
that's not a series I don't care about.
But like, I'm making a point of why is 30 still considered like a standard
Is it
norm?
higher on the PC? Because they always say that the frame rates are higher on the PC for some reason.
Well, what it is that PC, you kind of got more power to work with, so you get better performance in general. There are console games that run at fluid 60s. Like Like, for the most part, Metal Gear Rising runs at 60, and that
Which
looks beautiful because
I don't understand with that frame rate per second, because my laptop and my computer like lag so much,
Well,
and like it's slow. So why would it like?
Well,
would it be the same for a game?
Well, it depends what kind of rig you got. If you got a decent gaming PC, like, it will run games better than any console will, and
I
that's.
think you really need a PC suited for games to get the best performance out of it that you can, you know.
Well, I'm in a bit of a fix with PC gaming purely on the basis that I don't have Windows, so like, basically fuck all will run on my computer. But what it comes down to a lot of the time is that if you've got a good system, that games will objectively perform better, and that's the sort of thing that people get a lot pissy about, like going, oh, it's a matter of preference, which, like, what system you play your games on, that is preference, but to deny that a good version of a PC game runs better than a console game is just flat out fucking stupid. You know, like.
I ain't really got too much to say to it, really,
That's
because I don't. All I know is about that they moan about the frame rates per second and everything like that.
Which, frame rate is a big deal. I know I've made fun about it in the past, but frame rate is a big deal, and I don't like the whole way people treat it as a non-issue.
I'm not sure how many frame rates per second the PS4 runs games at.
It depends what game it is.
Is it?
Yeah, like,
Well, they seem to be going smooth enough to me. I mean, I've been playing Far Cry. It's alright.
I've never played that. I don't know what they. But it's not so much that you notice the difference, although especially when you're just watching stuff back, it actually does look smoother to a degree. It's kind of the interaction between you pressing something and then like the action appearing.
Yeah,
because like it just plays a lot smoother as well as looks a lot smoother, which, like, I don't like pandering to people who kind of, you know, there's this whole like way people like to attack PC gamers as being elitist and that, and I hate that shit, because like they're not, they just want better games.
See, you know where this frame rate per seconds, I know a lot of people can understand people would want a game that work, but if a game is enjoyable, that shouldn't really be like the case, you know, like it shouldn't really matter if you like the game.
Yeah, but there's a kind of principle thing, I think, like the fact that with that, even if it's a particular person isn't bothered by frame rate, at least respect the fact that might be a decision maker in someone else's opinion.
I could understand if it was a persistent problem, but if it was like a minor thing here and there, then it wouldn't really bother me. But even then, if it was like happening a lot, it'd only be a significant problem, not nothing major, you know.
And sometimes it's not even the fact that it is a lower frame rate that's the problem. The one I hate is when companies feed you like bullshit about why their game runs at a lower frame rate. Because I think it was Ubisoft like recently with, well, it's not just them, but they've done it. This whole feeding bullshit with the it's a more cinematic experience. Like, if you're advertising your game as a cinematic experience, it's not a very good game, because games are a different medium to films.
If you want that, just put it on a film. Yeah, exactly. Well, they've done it with Tetris.
That's gonna be a weird one.
I don't know. Was that 2016?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, there was a few other. They're doing an Assassin's Creed film as well, weren't they, or something?
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Doing that.
Where are you getting really for? That'd be good. I'll pay so much money to see that.
Will they have the same visual team who did Unity?
So we're gonna get a film series that is 200 films long.
You're getting new one every year. Like.
Because Ancestors is on about long.
Oh, right, yeah.
Now, what'll happen is you'll get like the first 20 minutes of the film, but if you want the other lot, if you want to see how it ends, just buy the DLC.
Or they could just alternately just cut like every half hour or 20 minutes to a different assassin. I mean, if they do 3 or 4, it wouldn't be too bad, you know. But
That'd
then
be
again,
a lot to cram in.
Oh no.
I think they're only starting with Desmond, I think. Oh no,
Are they?
Altair and Desmond.
So, I'm going to point out something
That
here.
would make sense if it's the first one.
I was trying to get a different glitch here.
Oh God!
Like, when I did that first like recording of me ranting about something boom, I had this thing where I sort of clipped through the floor, similar to what happened in the kind of lyrics bass level. But I was trying to replicate that here, but instead I just sort of got trapped inside the wall here.
I'm just going to have a discussion with Chris about Assassin's Creed real quick.
This is how little of a fuck we give at this game. Let's just talk about Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but Edward though, Edward would be a pretty good character to put in film. I mean, 'cause
Edward was
it is cool. I mean, he's a greedy arsehole, but he's a lovable rogue as well. He's like
he's like a
he's
Jack
got the
the
swag.
Lag
He kind of reminds me of me. So that's why I really liked him that much.
Are the characters in the Unity film just going to be floating teeth and eyes?
Yeah.
Oh, God. It's just a puppet on the Muppet Show.
You can really see their facial expressions.
No, well, let's be honest. Ubisoft were right. It is really hard for them to render a woman on screen.
Can you imagine it though if they'd done the Assassin's Creed show, but as the Muppet Show with Unity?
I would pay to see that.
It's time to see the fact.
I've got to say, I haven't really cared for Assassin's Creed that much, but like Ubisoft are just so easy to riff on because they're such a shitty company. And it's not necessarily the games, although like seeing
The games are alright. It's just a company defending itself.
I've lost track of the story. Like the apocalypse is going to happen. You got these apples of Eden. They're
don't
from
really take notice.
aliens.
Yeah, I don't really take notice of the modern story. I just more engrossed with like the ancestors story.
It's like two sides to the story.
Yeah,
really.
but it's always the ancestors is
and
more
the
interesting.
overall,
Yeah.
But you know, Michael Fassbender is actually, I think, gonna play Desmond.
Yeah.
So or Altair, I
Oh,
can't remember. But
You know, for the new X-Men series, you know Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones. She's going to play Jean Grey. Sansa Stark.
Oh, Sansa.
Yeah, she's playing Jean Grey.
Oh, yeah, I heard
yeah,
that.
that'd be interesting.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder who's going to play Professor X. I wonder if what's his name?
Stewart,
from the most
Patrick Stewart.
Really?
Well, no, they ain't they're not revamping Professor X, are they?
No, I just assume because this is still like in the same fashion as First Class, isn't it?
Oh, is it? No, because it'd be Apocalypse, wouldn't it?
You know what I've noticed?
Yeah, but they're using younger versions of Storm.
So would it be
Jean Grey,
1984?
I
think it's in the 80s, yeah.
It's in the 80s.
Yeah. I've noticed this playthrough has at this point gone full DuckTales.
Look at it! This game has nothing to give us except piles of shit. And what more can you say about a pile of shit other than it stinks?
To be fair, I know this game isn't got the best reception, but there's only so much you can say from on screen. I mean,
I don't think you can blame our competence.
Well, at least we're being sociable.
Yeah.
I mean, at least we're talking about stuff.
Yeah, alright. This, I don't know why I'm going out of my way to go the alternate route to get that crown thing, given that I'm barely going to use it. And what was happening there? I was struggling to get up these ramp section.
I guess that's a crowning achievement.
Yeah.
Hey!
Now, I think we're meeting back up with Tails and Amy here, so...
Anyway, back to mediocrity.
Yeah, we've had enough fun for one day. Stop having fun, guys.
This game is basically like a puzzle game, really, isn't it?
No, it's not. There's no puzzle.
It doesn't know what it is.
Easy kind of puzzle game.
It's a puzzle game with no puzzles.
Yeah,
that is basically like what it seems to be. Like they're trying to throw in different kinds of gameplay away from the normal platforming, but it just doesn't work.
This game just doesn't know what it is. It's questioning itself.
I like how the characters constantly make it seem like it's amazing. This section was amazing. Oh, look at this. This looks brilliant.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Stop lying.
You know what it is? It's the game desperately trying to tell you you're having fun. Okay,
You should be experiencing fun, not the game telling you to have fun, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, worms.
It kind of reminds me of something that Brain Scratch pointed out in their Wario World playthrough, about how all the levels had deliberately exciting sounding names just to kind of cover up for the fact that the game itself's a bit mediocre. And I hit that little pool of lava every fucking time, no matter when I press A. We're getting up to that one boss, aren't we?
Is it a worm boss?
It's the worm boss. And the worm boss is just so fucking finicky. It's not even a difficult boss, it's just annoying because you got all this different shit coming at you and you ain't really got time to dodge it or pay attention to what's going on. Oh look, there's the crystal there, wide out in the open. You're gonna be able to get that easily, aren't you?
Finally, an easy one. Well, excuse me, but the first crystal you got was probably the easiest thing to ever get.
This just reminds me of that one scene with Shadow in 06 with the Chaos Emerald where he just shouts, "Don't touch it!"
So these are crystals, eh? So why have they got to choose from another dead franchise to revive an already half-dead franchise?
What one are we referring to?
Crash,
Oh, right, yeah.
collecting the crystals and everything.
I'm kind of expecting Shadow to be riding that worm now.
Okay.
That would actually make this
Guess
better.
again, motherfucker.
Damn.
This reminds me of Mass Effect. Like, there's like one scene in Mass Effect where you'll fight a massive worm, and it looks exactly kind of like this kind of thing. Mass Effect 2, but yeah, it seems like they've just ripped it off from there, but they haven't. But
I love how it's reminding of us of other games done wrong.
I guess you could say it's a bit like Gears of War 2, but instead of that, you're fighting inside the worm.
I haven't played Gears, so I don't
I've
really know
played
what you
it does
all
look
of
like it's
them,
got
but
Gears
I
of
haven't
War, like
Like the aesthetics, though.
aesthetics now.
In Gears of War
Yeah.
2, you end up coming across this giant worm which is creating rifts and earthquakes, and you go inside it and kill it from the inside.
You give it a heart bypass, basically you just chainsaw its heart, and then that's how you escape.
I want to see that happen in Sonic now.
It would definitely make it more interesting. You imagine him just curling up and spinning into the
just
worm's
cutting
heart,
through-
just destroying
cutting
it.
through the arteries.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. What is this game doing to us?
I really want to see Shadow on top of that worm now, and having said don't touch it as he rides it into battle.
Yeah, don't touch Shadow's worm.
God.
I'm sorry.
It's like, I know, I'll stay in one place where that springboard is so that they can get me.
Great idea.
I mean, I know the worm is robotic, but still, Lyric's controlling it.
Yeah, well, it's nastier than a one-eyed snake, sugar.
You made that joke in Lost World.
I know.
You're learning.
If Sonic can be repetitive as fuck, so can I.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be like something to say, don't be repetitive, don't be like this?
Yeah.
It's like a giant Dr. Octopus arm.
I guess it is, actually. Oh, and I know this is going to be off topic, but Sinister 6, what do you guys think?
I haven't seen
I haven't
anything
seen
of it.
anything about it.
Like the concept, what do you think? What do you think it'd
What
be
is it?
interesting?
It should
I
be
think
good,
it'll be-
hopefully.
I think it'd be too much. Like, I didn't really like Spider-Man 2. I thought that
It's
was
pretty
too
much a group of villains of Spider-Man just being in a film.
Well,
Oh,
considering they're making a film about the Sinister Six that's separate from Spider-Man, first of all, so that they let us
Oh, that's
know.
right.
They let us know about them. It may
First, yeah, but they are Spider-Man villains pretty much.
be. Yeah, I know that. I'm just.
No, I'm just explaining the how because he don't
Oh
know.
right.
I'm sure that will be marvellous.
God.
Yeah.
Your jokes and this game aren't doing anything good for my health.
Well, we could be playing Meme One for 24 hours, but fuck that.
Why is the worm still there? It's got the crystal. Why did it just bugger off?
Because they want to make this level longer for some reason, ignoring the fact that we've been going for about 28 minutes at this point.
And surely the
You
worm.
know what would be better if they had like actual good soundtrack to this? Like,
Yeah, that, like, I know you, like, it's just a bit of thematic,
Yeah.
but it will help with the atmosphere at least.
it's, yeah, definitely
Make
have an
this a lot
epic
more,
boss battle.
yeah,
I mean,
badass,
there's nothing. Yeah.
Like, this sort of thing, you're in, like, a lavary place
Yeah.
with a giant, like, robot attacking you.
See-
Imagine if you had some sort of, like, metal riff
Yeah,
going
you
on.
need
Definitely.
metal
You know
for
what
this,
they need? I know this is going to be a rip-off, but something similar to Collective Consciousness from Metal Gear Solid Rising.
Alright.
You know when they fight Metal Gear Celsius?
I can't
fucking
think of
love
the
that riff.
section, but...
Yeah.
Imagine, like, even if it's just, like, Lyric throwing shit at you while you go, oh, it has to be this way phone on.
Alright, I'm not going to be singing much, but I'd just like to do a little riff. Like a
what?
little song.
It's Sonic Boom. At this point, fuck it.
Shall I go
ahead.
for it? Alright. Live in ignorance and purchase your
Alright.
happiness.
How did
Alright.
When turning his arms is the real cost.
how did
Right.
Sonic
Thinking
get,
seizes the company is lost.
how did Sonic get a map for all the crystals?
I don't know.
You've got to keep that in, please.
Sure, why the fuck not?
Yay!